Fire epic, Cody said, pointing at a photo. It showed a person made of flames, the heat so intense the air around him warped. No photo could capture the details of Firefight's features, as they were composed of solid flames. In fact, each photo I pulled out showed him glowing so brightly that it distorted the picture. He's got standard fire epic powers, Megan said. He can turn to flame. In fact, he pretty much always remains in fire form. He can fly, throw fire from his hands, and manipulate existing flames. He creates an intense heat field around him, capable of melting bullets, though they likely couldn't hurt him even if they didn't melt. It's a basic fire epic portfolio. Too basic, I said. Every epic has quirks. Nobody has exactly the same portfolio of powers. That was what first tipped me off. Here's the other clue. I tapped the series of photographs. Each was a shot of Firefight taken on a different day, usually with Steelheart and his retinue. Though Nightwielder often went out on missions, Firefight usually remained near Steelheart to act as a first-line bodyguard. "Do you see it?" I asked. "See what?" Cody asked. "Here," I said, pointing to a man standing with Steelheart's guard in one of the pictures. He was slender and clean-shaven and wore a stiff suit, a pair of dark shades, and a wide-brimmed hat that obscured his face. I pointed to the next photo. The same person was there. And the next photo, and the next. His face was hard to make out in the other pictures, too. None of them were focused on him specifically, and the hat and shades always masked his features. "This person is always there when Firefight appears," I said. "It's suspicious. Who is it, and what is he doing there?" Megan frowned. "What are you implying?" "Here, take a look at these," I said. I got out a sequence of 5 photos, a rapid-fire series of shots capturing a few moments. The scene was Steelheart flying through the city with a procession of his minions. He did that sometimes. Though he always looked like he was going somewhere important, I suspected those were really just his version of a parade. Nightwielder and Firefight were with him, flying about 10 feet above the ground. A cavalcade of cars drove beneath, like a military convoy. I couldn't make out any faces, though I suspected the suspicious person was among them. 5 pictures. 4 of them showed the trio of epics flying side by side, and in one of them, right in the middle of the sequence, Firefight's shape had fuzzed and gone translucent. "Firefight can go incorporeal, like Nightwielder?" Cody guessed. "No," I said. "Firefight's not real." Cody blinked. "What?" "He's not real. At least, not in the way we think. Firefight is an incredibly intricate and incredibly clever illusion. I suspect that the person we're seeing in those photos, the one wearing the suit and hat, is the true epic. He's an illusionist, capable of manipulating light to create images, a lot like refractionary, only on a much more powerful level. Together, the real Firefight and Steelheart concocted the idea of a fake epic, much the same way we're concocting limelight. In those photos, we're catching a moment of distraction when the real epic wasn't concentrating on his illusion, and it wobbled until it nearly vanished." "A fake epic?" Megan said, dismissive. "What would be the point? Steelheart wouldn't need to do that." "Steelheart has a strange psychology," I said. "Trust me. I bet I'll know him better than anyone other than his closest allies. He's arrogant, like Abraham said, but he's also paranoid. Much of what he does is about holding on to power, about forcing people into line. He moves the location of his sleeping quarters. Why would he need to do that? He's immune to harm, right? He's paranoid, scared that someone will discover his weakness. He destroyed the entire bank because we might have had a hint at how he was hurt." "Lots of epics would do that," Cody noted. "That's because most epics are equally paranoid. Look, what better way to surprise would-be assassins than to make them prepare for an epic that isn't there? If they spend all their time planning how to kill Fireflight, then go up against an illusionist instead, they'll be caught totally off guard." "So will we if you're not right," Cody said. "Fighting illusionists is tough. I hate not being able to trust my eyes." "Look, an illusionist epic can't explain everything," Megan said. "There are recorded events of Firefight melting bullets." Firefight made the bullets vanish when they reached the illusion, then made illusory melted bullets drop to the ground. Later, some of Steelheart's minions went and spread some actual melted bullets down as proof. I took out another pair of pictures. I've got evidence of them doing just that. I have mountains of documentation on this, Megan. You're welcome to read through it. Tia agrees with me. I picked up a few more pictures from the stack. Take this. Here we've got photos of a time that Firefight burned down a building. I took those pictures myself. See how he's throwing fire? If you look at the scorch marks on the walls the following day in this next set, they're different from the blast Firefight created. The real scorch marks were added by a team of workers in the night. They cleared everyone from the scene, so I couldn't get pictures of them, but the next day's evidence is clear. Megan looked deeply troubled. What? Cody said. It's what you said, she replied. Illusionists. They're annoying. I'm just hoping we don't have to face one. I don't think we'll have to, I said. I've thought it through, and despite Firefight's reputation, he doesn't seem terribly dangerous. I can't squarely attribute any deaths to him, and he rarely fights. It has to be because he wants to be careful not to reveal what he really is. I've got the facts in these folders. As soon as Firefight appears, all we have to do is shoot the one creating the illusion, this man in the photos, and all of his illusions will go down. It shouldn't be too hard. Y'all might be right about the illusions, Cody said, looking through another group of photos, but I'm not sure about this person you think is making them. If Firefight were smart, he'd create the illusion, then turn himself invisible. It's possible he can't, I said. Not all illusionists are capable of that. Even the powerful ones. I hesitated. But you're right. We can't know for certain who's making the fake Firefight, but I still think Firefight won't be a problem. All we need to do is spook him, set up a trap that will expose his illusion as fake. When he's threatened with being revealed, I'll bet he bolts. From what I've been able to determine about him, he seems like something of a coward. Cody nodded thoughtfully. Megan shook her head. I think you're taking this too lightly. She sounded angry. If Steelheart really has been fooling everyone all this time, then it's likely that Firefight is even more dangerous than we've thought. Something about this bothers me. I don't think we're prepared for it. You're looking for a reason to call off this mission anyway, I said, annoyed at her. I never said that. You didn't need to. I was interrupted by a motion at the tunnel in the hideout, and I turned in time to see Tia climbing through, wearing old jeans and a reckoner jacket. Her knees were dusty. She stood up, smiling. We found it. My heart leaped into my chest and sent what felt like electricity jolting through my body. Steelheart's weakness? You found out what it is? No, she said, her eyes seeming to glow with excitement. But this should lead to the answers. I found it. What, Tia? Cody asked. The bank vault.